Okay, so it's currently 1:48 in the morning. I am at the hospital. I tested positive to COVID around 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, and just called the hospital to let them know I wouldn't be able to attend my appointment on the Wednesday, and they actually asked me to just come in for monitoring because I tested positive and I was so far along. I was here, we came straight in pretty much. Blake's still testing negative, but I was getting monitored. Everything was fine. I took a nap because it is quite late. He was asleep, and the midwife woke me up just to let me know that the doctor would be coming in to just have a look at the trace and then pretty much send me home, give me the all clear. So I called Blake basically telling him to pretty much get in the car and come. And then the doctor comes back in and says, so then the doctor comes in and she's like, normally we'd get you in for an ultrasound like tomorrow to check on your waters and stuff, see how they are. She's like, but because you've got COVID, she's like, we'd have to wait a week just to make sure that you're all better. She's like, so do you know what an induction is? And I was like, what? Yeah, I do. And she's like, yeah, that might be an option just so that we can get the ball rolling and get a start on labour. And I was like, okay. She's like, would you be okay with that? And I was just like, yeah, like, I guess, like, you know, I don't really have a birth plan or anything. I just want whatever happens to happen. I don't really mind. I prefer not to have a C-section if possible, but everything else I'm sort of leaving. I don't really want to have a plan, so I don't, if it doesn't go to plan, then I don't get upset. But yes, so induction, maybe in the pictures she's just gone to have a chat to her boss and find out an answer on what they want to do. But I thought I would film an update just in case. Okay, so update, it is 2:39 in the morning. They just did an ultrasound, like a by the bed ultrasound, and all my fluids looked good. So that was really good, and they said basically, I asked if I could go home, and they said I can go home, and that if tomorrow, which is like later today, or Wednesday, if I'm feeling my movements, baby's movements have changed or reduced, to give them a call, come back in, and they'll just organise an induction for me. So that's yeah. I'm very, very tired, and I'm actually ready to just go home and get into bed, to be honest. Blake has been trying to convince me all morning to just call the hospital. I don't like seeming like a drama queen. I don't like going in for them to be like, no, you're okay. I don't want to, like, you know, waste their time. I know it's not like wasting your time. I just don't want to feel dramatic or anything. But he said to me like, no, Lily, you need to call them. We need to go in. So I'm gonna call them now. I just thought I'd put another update in here. Okay, it is now just before 4 o'clock. I'm in the hospital being monitored. Excuse the alarm. This child's heart rate is pretty high, but it was like this the other day and they just basically ignored it, so still not much movement. Only like a little bit since they've put the these things on, and even then it's still not much. But they said they're just gonna monitor me, see how I go. I've been in the hospital for a few hours for monitoring on the baby. His heart rate's been very up and down, His movements are still pretty inconsistent, so they have booked me in for an induction early next week, Monday, so that's the day I get out of isolation. But regardless, I'm still able to give birth, and Blake's allowed to be here, even though he doesn't get out of isolation until Tuesday. So we're still both allowed to be here, regardless of being COVID positive. But yeah, so she was like, oh yeah, we'll just, she's like, I'll just check your dilation so that we can check whether you'll need the balloon or not and stuff, so that she can go get the induction papers. And checked, and I was already almost 4 centimeters dilated, so she's like, I'll have you in for planned monitoring on Friday. She's like, but you'll probably go into spontaneous labour before that. So that's crazy because it's Wednesday night now and they want me in Friday afternoon or morning. Doesn't actually say. But yeah, so there you go. Almost 4 centimeters dilated. Let's see how long this baby actually makes me wait, if I even make it to Monday. But yeah. It is 10:37. Is it the 27th of July? Yeah. I've been home from the hospital for a few hours. And I went to the toilet probably about 10 o'clock. And I think I've lost my mucus plug. I'm not sure. There was some blood. Anyway, they've said it's normal because of how dilated I am, but that it could mean that labour is near. I'm also experiencing some like light cramping, but it doesn't feel like anything too insane or too bad. Like, not enough for me to be uncomfortable or anything. I'm just sitting on the ball, which is where I've been comfortable the last few days, because sitting up is just really uncomfortable on my back. But yeah, it is just before 7 o'clock. It's the 2nd of August. It is induction day. We're about to leave home. I'm feeling really, really nervous. I didn't get much sleep last night, which was not a great start. Blake is not feeling well either. We've just tidied up the room, put together the suitcase and everything, and then we'll be leaving. I have to be at the hospital by 8. It's about a 45-minute drive, and we might want to stop and get something to eat depending on how Blake's feeling. So I don't really want to say goodbye to Dina, but I'm hoping she'll be fine. But yeah. So we just arrived at the hospital. We're a little bit late, but we actually can't go in by ourselves because we're day 7 and 8 of COVID, and they consider you positive for 11 days for some reason. So we can't go in yet. So I called, because I have a set midwife, and her partner is supposed to be inducing me, like her partner midwife is supposed to be inducing me this morning. And I called her, and she's still another half an hour, like 40 minutes away. So we just have to wait in the car. Like, lucky we're late anyway. Like, lucky we're not like super early and she's still like an hour away or anything. Blake's outside getting some fresh air. I'm sitting in the car shitting myself. We almost didn't make it here because someone pulled out in front of us really quickly.
So stupid.
Yeah.
There's some guy behind that blue. You see the blue Golf
Yeah.
right there? Looks exactly.
I saw him before when we drove in, and I was thinking that.
Hello.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 10:30. We just got into the birth suite about 20 minutes ago. It took a bit longer than she said. So we sat in the car park for almost 2 hours. So we have to wait to be escorted up in like the full PPE, which is like really, really embarrassing. But we're in here now. She's basically ran us through the process, yeah. yeah, talk to me about pain relief. I don't know what I want or if I want anything yet. I haven't really decided. I just sort of said I'll make up my mind as I go. But yeah.
There is a seat. And another seat. This. Window. Hospital bed. Little blankies that look like towels. Pooper and a shower. A pooper and a shower. Or a shitter. Shitter, shower, sink.
And what time did you say it was?
12:57.
12:57. I had my waters broken about 15 minutes ago, but they said they didn't feel a gush, so they're not sure if it worked. But that was after like half an hour of longer than that. Attempts of them trying to get a cannula in my hand. My hands are really swollen and sore now. They finally got it, and then afterwards they were like, oh yeah, we actually need to take blood, so they had to then stick another needle in me. I cried. That was very a lot, and now I'm eating some weird pasta.
Huh?
And they've started the hormone drip now. There shouldn't be too much longer. It's just after 3 o'clock. Yeah. They broke my waters at 12:45. They're not sure if it worked. So I've been having regular contractions since like then. It's just after 3 o'clock. Here's another one. They're not that painful for now. I'll probably regret saying that later. Like I'm handling them pretty well, I think. But they'll be breaking my waters if it didn't work the first time in about 45 minutes or so. I'm pretty tired and honestly just want to go to sleep.
Touch her on the outside. Hold girl.
What time?
3:27.
They just broke my waters again. That actually kind of like really hurt. Oh, yeah, they just broke them again. I've been having pretty regular contractions. Now I'm feeling like the pain of baby's head pushing. Oh, that was quite painful actually. Now I'm like sat up. So it hurts.
Huh?
Let's go. Yeah. So you can do it. Deep breath in. Try to put your chin down on your chest. Go. Exactly like you did before. For Give us another long push this time. Long, long, long. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep. Right there. Okay. Lots of pressure and stimulation. Is it okay if I give you an injection of some local anaesthetic to make it really numb down there, okay? That'll help. It'll sting when it first goes in and then it'll feel better, okay? Is that alright? Are you allergic to anything? Really brave. Well done. We're going to meet him really soon, Lily. Take photos. Do you want to feel his head? No? Alright. Just another little push.
12:16.
It's 12:16. Little Miles was brought into the world at 10:10. And we are so in love. He's so beautiful. labour was hard and fast. That's why we didn't really update in between. I started active labour at about, what did you say, 4:30?
Yeah.
4:30. A little bit earlier. And then, yeah, he was born at 10:10. We almost had to get the vacuum and get an episiotomy, but I ended up pushing him out just before they needed to do that. Yeah. I only have a 1st-degree tear, in a bit of pain, obviously, recovering, but we're really happy, hey? Blake got to cut the cord.
Yeah.
He's currently just finished having a feed. I'm just looking around.
So you can just bring that arm around so his head's in like the crook of your elbow. Perfect. Beautiful. Night party animal.
It is currently 10:07 on the 3rd of August, and we have our little boy. We're so over the moon. I'm very tired, I'm very sore. Blake's currently having a bit of a nap because we're still not sleeping great, but little man over here has been doing amazing. It's such an unreal experience. It was very tiring and painful. It's alright. But we're so grateful. So happy. It's 4:05. We have just packed up our stuff, waiting to be given the all clear to leave the hospital. We're all super knackered, still haven't gotten much sleep. Got Dad over there being Dad. Super tired and ready to get home to our own bed, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Mr. Beast?